Hey guys, I'm Kristina and welcome back. So today's class, really fun, very exciting. It's all about hip openers. So happy hips. Well, hopefully happy hips. So hips, a bit of arms, a bit of obliques, transverse abdominal muscles, all stuff that we're going to work on. These really supportive postural muscles is what we're going to enjoy in our class today. So when you are ready, grab your mat, maybe a couple of blocks, and I'll meet you back here. All right, yoga bunnies, here we go. So let's begin in Supta Baddha Konasana. So soles of the feet together, knees open, nice and wide. Sinking yourself or laying yourself right down onto your back. So this is sometimes a tricky pose. So the further your feet are away from your backside, obviously it's a little bit less intense on the hips. So you can really gauge here. The closer you bring those heels towards the seat, obviously it's more intense. Alternatively, you can also place those block or cushion underneath the thighs to give yourself a little bit of support. So we're going to be here for a couple of minutes, maybe placing one hand on that lower belly, another on the chest and the heart to really start to tune into that breath. If that doesn't work for you, you can also guide those hips open a little bit deeper if you'd like, so by placing your hands to the inner thighs and slowly play with just letting those hips slide and glide open. Sometimes there's a little bit of gaping in the lower back, so my suggestion here is that you gently lift those hips and scoop and tuck that tailbone under so that you're pressing the lower back nice and firm into the mat. Even if that means that the knees come up slightly, doesn't matter. So really starting to engage the lower abdominal muscles. And then finding that breath, finding a little bit of space in the body, a little bit of clarity of mind. Good, big breaths. Inhale through your nose, fill. And exhale, mouth open, let it go. And again, big breath, inhale. Exhale, mouth open, let it go. Good, one more time, big breath in, fill. Exhale, mouth open, let it go. And just pausing and holding here for a moment. Breathing and expanding. And on your next big breath, gently bring the hands to those knees, guide the knees together and in, hug them right up into the chest, maybe wrapping the arms around the shins, really squeeze the knees right into the chest. And from here, we're gonna open up into a happy baby pose, so grabbing a hold of either the heels or ankles or even behind the knees, and then play with gently parting open the hips. So this sometimes is a tricky pose. Sometimes the tailbone goes super high in the sky or the head curls up. So again, adjust where you're holding. We're really trying to focus on getting the length. So really press the tailbone down as much as you can. And then also try to draw the chin in towards the chest. This action means that the back of the neck also presses into the mat. And then part those hips open and maybe sway a little from side to side. And now from here, we're going to do what we did earlier, Supta Baddha Konasana, but obviously in a slightly different position. So grab a hold of those ankles and bring the soles of the feet together to touch. So quite an intense hip opener, this one. You might need to just keep hold of the ankles, or if you want to slide the hands over the feet, go ahead and do that as well. And then just gently draw the feet in towards the chest. Holding here again, focusing on pressing that lower back firm into the mat. Hit another big breath here, inhale. And exhale, beautiful. And slowly release, just crossing the feet at the ankles. Engage the tummy muscles as you gently rock yourself right up to sit. Rock yourself forward enough so you can plant your feet and your palms down as well. So it might take a little bit of momentum, a little bit more of a roll up in order to get this action where you roll from your back up onto your feet, and then having your legs crossed, just a gentle cross-legged forward fold. So no stressing or pushing anything here, guys. Just let the body go soft and floppy. We're still warming and opening and just generally getting everything moving and flowing here. So no huge extensions. Good, big breath, inhale. Okay, let's uncross and then recross with the other on top, just for balance and symmetry. Again, keeping a little bend in the knees if needed. A little bit of wiggling in the hips. Relax the shoulders, the neck, the face, the jaw. Lovely. And then from here, when you're ready, just gently step back into your downward facing dog. So our first one, great place to feel out, again, the position of the feet, position of the hands. Maybe adjust your pose for the practice today. Maybe you're a little tight in the shoulders or maybe a little tight in the back of the legs. That might mean that you need to play with your position. And now let's take a breath here, inhale. And slowly release. Good. Inhale, roll through the shoulders, and you're going to drop your knees down and come onto a tabletop position. And slide those hands so that they're just underneath the shoulders. Let's take a few cat and cow stretches, so sink the tummy down. Chest lifts, gaze up, cow pose. Exhale, curl the tailbone under, arch the spine, draw the chin to chest, cat pose. And again, inhale, chest lifts, gaze up. Exhale to arch the spine, draw the chin to chest. Good, one more round. Inhale, chest lifts, gaze up. Exhale, arch the spine, draw the chin to chest. Beautiful. From a nice neutral spine, open those knees up nice and wide. Draw the toes together to touch. And gently and slowly sink the seat back towards the heels, extending the arms open and in front of you. So this is your child's pose. Try to keep those arms nice and active, and you'll see why in a moment, because we're going to keep moving here. So from your child's pose, you're going to pull yourself forward, keeping the knees open, gently drop the hips down, lift the legs up. So a bit of a modified upward facing dog or cobra pose, bhujangasana. A little bit of playing with opening the hips, opening the chest and the back, and then right back into your child's pose. Here we go again, a couple more times, guys. Let's go. Roll forward, drop those hips, lift and open through the chest. Inhale. And exhale, roll through, child's pose. Let's take one more. Come forward, drop those hips nice and low, lift the chest. Slowly release. Let's take ourselves back into child's pose. Maybe sliding the knees in slightly. Readjust, find that length, either chin to rest or the forehead to rest. Big breath here, inhale. And exhale. Inhale, coming back into your downward facing dog, curling the toes under, hips up and back. Big breath, inhale, the right leg lifts very gently and slowly here, no overextension again. You bring your right leg through and step it to the outside of the right hand. So setting yourself up for your lizard pose. This is sometimes a tricky pose, and certainly the beginning of a class when the body's still not very warm yet. So just do your best here, guys. You might need your blocks or your support. You can either stay as you are if you're already feeling that quite intense, it's quite an intense pose, or you can drop the left knee down, the back foot lays flat. You can then also come down onto your forearms, or if you're super flexy, go ahead and extend those arms in front of you. Otherwise, just pause and hold here and slowly play and glide with a little bit of an opening, a little bit of a warming, extension. Tap into those hips. Good, lovely. Good, and this can be a tricky one for the knees, so again, tread lightly here, guys. You're gonna take your right hand and reach back, and then maybe bend into that left quad. Pause and hold here. And now let's let everything go floppy, so you're gonna open through the right hip, and let the body sort of tilt slightly over towards that left side. Good, beautiful, coming back through center, release. Curl the back toes under, lift the hips, and step back into your downward dog. So same thing on the other side. Breath inhale takes that left leg lifted high. Look to the hands, take the left foot and step it to the outside of the left hands. An option again, take those variations, guys, to see what feels best in the body. You can drop the right knee, again, kind of coming down to the forearms, and just softness, gliding in and out, letting the body open, release, and take notice. Maybe this side feels very different to the other. Good. And taking it into a little bit of a quad stretch and reach back. Grab a hold of the top of the right foot. Hold here. And then soften, let everything go floppy. Good, beautiful. And slowly release. Come back through center. Back toes curl under, lift the hips, step back into your downward dog. And breath, inhale, looks to your hands. Start walking your feet all the way forward to your hands. Let's take a little ragdoll pose. I'm grabbing a hold of each elbow. Let the upper body fall heavy. Hang heavy, loose and soft here. Let the tailbone turn up to the sky. Again, option to bend the knees a little if needed. A little bit of wiggling with the neck and the shoulders. Good. Breath, inhale, release the hands from the elbows as you slowly roll one vertebrae at a time, all the way to stand. Lovely. Standing nice and tall at the top of your mat. In your Tadasana, your mountain pose, spread the toes nice and wide. You can tell I've got these toes, I've got fingers for toes. So spread them as wide as you can so you can really feel the four corners of the feet press down into the mat. Arms by your side. Breath, inhale, rolls the shoulders back. It's Surya Namaskar A, Sun Salutation A. Here we go. Inhale, sweep the arms up, lengthen. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, chest and head lifts, lengthen the spine. Exhale, palms plant, either step or hop both feet back into your plank pose, lower chaturanga. Inhale to upward facing dog. Exhale, curl the toes under, hips up and back, downward dog. 3 breaths here. Inhale for 1. Exhale. Inhale for 2. Exhale. Inhale for 3. Exhale. Good. Inhale, look to your hands. Bend deeply into the knees. Either step, hop, or float both feet forward. Lift the chest, lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way up and reach. Let's go again. Exhale, hinge from the hips, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, chest and head lifts, lengthen. Exhale, palms plant. Either step or hop both feet back. Come forward, lower chaturanga. Inhale to upward facing dog. Exhale to downward facing dog. 3 breaths again. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Good, last one. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, look to the hands, bend deeply into the knees. Step, hop, or float the feet forward. Lift the chest, lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way up, reach up. Let's take one more. Exhale, hinge from the hips, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, chest and head lifts. Exhale, palms plant. Step or hop both feet back. Come forward, lower chaturanga. Inhale to upward facing dog. Exhale to downward facing dog. 3 breaths. Inhale, look to the hands. Bend the knees, step, hop, or float the feet forward. Lift the chest, lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise to stand, reach the arms up. Exhale, hands to heart center, Samastiti Tadasana. Inhale, Utkatasana, Sun Salutation B, Surya Namaskar B. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift. Exhale, palms plant, step, hop, chaturanga. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svasana. Exhale, Adha Mukha Svasana. Inhale, right foot steps forward. Ground with the left, rise to stand, Virabhadrasana 1. Exhale, hands down, lower chaturanga. Inhale to upward facing dog. Exhale to downward facing dog. Inhale, steps the left forward. Ground with the right, rise, Virabhadrasana 1. Exhale, hands down. Step back plank, flow chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale to downward facing dog. Reset, 3 breaths. And inhale, look to the hands. Bend the knees, step, hop, float the feet forward. Lift the chest, lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, Utkatasana, reach. Straighten, hands to heart center, Samasthiti Tadasana. Good, well done, guys. Grounding down with that right leg, you're gonna take this left leg, hug it in towards your chest. Squeeze it right in. Good, right hand comes to your hips or your waist. Maybe staying here, or you can take it further. So left two piece fingers reaches to grab a hold of the left big toes. Hold here. Slowly playing with opening, extending that left leg forward. Hold here. Good. And maybe opening the leg towards the side. Good. Hold. Gaze over towards the right. Good. Keep the balance. Good. Coming back through center. Square up the hips, the shoulders. Now bend into that left knee, and you're going to take this left leg and hook it over the right thigh. Galvanasana prep. Bring the hands either to heart center, or you can hook the back of the arms over the left shin. Pause, hold here. Very good. Beautiful. Slowly straighten, unhook that left leg, and let's step back into our crescent lunge or high level lunge. Reach and hold. Beautiful. Let's take it into a twist. So hands come through your heart center. Twist over towards that right side. Left elbow hooks over the right thigh. Reach and gaze all the way to the back. Good. Holding here. And very gently, let's drop the left knee down. Pause. Squeeze, engage as you slowly straighten. Slowly lower down. Squeeze and straighten. Good, one more time, a little lower. Squeeze to straighten. Release, reach the arms up. And hands to frame the front foot, step back into your plank pose. Let's take a vinyasa, lower chaturanga. Inhale to upward facing dog. Exhale to downward facing dog. Okay, here comes a little bit of fun, guys. So we're gonna take Ekapada Kundanyasana style push-ups. Whew, I know you're all so excited now. So let's give it a little try. There's two ways to do this. You can either bring your right knee to the right tricep, or you can bring the whole leg straight, right leg straight to the right tricep. So I'll demo. So either right leg lifts, bend the knee, bring it to the side. Or right leg lifts, keep the leg straight, bring it to the side. Okay? So here we go. Together. Lift. Bring it to the side. Oh, here we go. Bend. 1, push. Lower 2, push. 3, squeeze those obliques. 4, 5, release back, three-legged dog. Oh, that was fun. Good. Look to the hands or right footsteps through to your hands. You're gonna rise to your warrior 1. Open the hips up, a warrior 2. Arms come to shoulder level, gaze forward. Good. Let's reverse our warrior, flip that front palm up. Exhale, bend the upper body back, lengthen. Good. Extended side angle pose, come through your warrior pose. Warrior 2, either forearm to thigh, or you can bring your hand onto the mat. Slide the left arm down and around, open, chest open. Lengthen. And engage the core as you push yourself back up to your warrior 2. Now straighten the front leg, turn the toes in so you're facing sideways on your mat. Hands onto your hips, roll the shoulders back, lift the chest. Exhale, Prasarita Padottanasana, forward fold. Hands can stay on your waist. You can bring your hands onto the mat. Good, breath inhale. Slowly rise to stand. Left toes turn out, bring the arms to shoulder level. Trikonasana, triangle pose. Reach forward, exhale, bend down. Rotate, open the chest. Beautiful. Engage the core as you rise to stand. Turn the left toes in, right toes turn back out. You might need to take a little step in if you're too far apart. Reach, Trikonasana. Good, breath inhale. Good, and exhale. So Ardha Chandrasana, half moon pose. So looking down towards that right foot. Bend into the right knee. Block, hand on block, or hand onto the mat in front of that right foot. And slowly, slowly, slowly open. Lift. Balance. Maybe. Good. Well done. Yes. And bend into that right knee as you come and lunge back into the left hold. Good, here we go. Some more dynamic movements, guys. Bend back into that right knee and let's open back up. Ardha Chandrasana, half moon pose. Hold. Bend into the right knee as you lunge back, left, straighten the right. Beautiful, let's try that one more time. Bend into the right, shift the weight. Right hand down, Ardha Chandrasana, half moon pose. Good. Bend into the right knee as you step back, lunge. Very good. Crawl yourself forward on your mat. Square up those hips. Step back into your plank pose. Take a vinyasa. Inhale to upward facing dog. Exhale to downward facing dog. Very good. Inhale, look to your hands. Step, hop, or float the feet forward. Lift and lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way up, reach palms together to touch. Exhale, hands to heart center. Samastiti Tadasana. Good, really well done. Now, grounding down with that left leg. Engage the core as the right knee lifts in towards your chest. Pause and hold here. And bringing that left hand to your hip. You can stay as you are, or two-piece fingers reach to grab a hold of the right big toe. It's slowly playing with maybe extending that leg forward. So just careful here that the chest doesn't lead with you. Often there's a tendency here to say, oh, I want to extend my leg, but then the whole body goes like this. So even if you keep the knee bent slightly, but really focus on keeping that chest, the spine lifted, torso long. Good. Nice. Slowly opening the leg to the side. Good. Gaze over the left shoulder. Easier said than done. It's slowly coming back through center. Now bend back into that right knee as you hook the right leg over the left thigh. Release the toes, hands come to heart center, Galvanasana prep. Open those juicy hips. And sit the seat right back towards the heels. Beautiful. Engage as you push up, release, and step that right foot back into your high level lunge. Here we go, twisty, twisty. Hands come through your heart center. Twist over towards that left side. Right elbow hooks over the left side, left thigh. Revolved, extended side angle pose. Hold here. Slowly dropping the right knee down. Pause. Engage, push up, straighten. Lower. Push up. Lower again. Push up, hold. Very good. Slowly release back through center, maybe. Exhale, hands to frame the front foot. Step back. Let's take a vinyasa, lower chaturanga. Inhale to upward facing dog. Exhale to downward facing dog. Okay, here we go, guys. Our push-ups. Left leg lifts. Either the left knee comes to the outside of that left elbow or forearm, or upper arm even, or you can have it straight. Here we go, 5 push-ups. Lower, 1, lower, 2. Use the obliques, 3, 4, 5. Excellent, engage and release. Push back, 3-legged dog. Inhale, step the foot through to your hands. Rise through your high level lunge. Open, warrior 2. Arms to shoulder level. Very good. Flip the front palm up, left palm flips as you bend, reverse your warrior. Good, coming into extended side angle pose, either left forearm to thigh, or you can bring the hand down onto the mat as you rotate, chest open, gaze up to the sky. Good. Engage, rise to stand through warrior two. Straighten the front leg, turn your left toes in. Hands to your hips, roll the shoulders back, lift the chest. Again, Prasarita Padottanasana, forward fold. And you can either let the hands rest on the hips, or you can clasp each elbow, or you can bring forearms down, palms down, whatever works here. And steady the breath. Beautiful. Inhale, engage as you rise. Hands back up onto your hips. Turn your right toes back out, arms to shoulder level. Reach, Trikonasana, triangle pose, bend. Good. Engage the core as you rise to stand. Right toes turn in, left toes turn out. Reach and triangle pose, Trikonasana. Rotate. Beautiful. Setting up for half moon pose. Look down towards the right foot as you shift your weight forward. Hand either onto the block or onto the mat as you slowly play with floating that right leg up. Good. Let's take it into that lunge. So bend into the left knee, send the right foot back, and shift the weight, bend. You can either bring your hands down or you can be up on the ball of the feet. There really isn't any kind of major rule here or major cue. It really is about what feels best, for this extension, extended leg. Sometimes they become quite nervy for that left knee. And also what feels best in the hips here. So just explore. Then shift your weight forward again. Here we go. Ardha Chandrasana, half moon pose, lift, balance. And bend into the knee, send that right leg back, lunge. And one more round, shift forward, lift. And bend into the left knee, send the right leg back, lunge. Beautiful. Crawl yourself forward on your mat. Left foot steps back, plank, take a vinyasa, lower chaturanga. Inhale to upward facing dog. Exhale to downward facing dog. Inhale, lift to your hands. Step, hop, or float the feet forward. Lift the chest, lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reach and rise to stand. Exhale, hands to heart center, Samastiti Tadasana. Fantastic, guys. Okay, coming into Malasana or yoga squat. So stepping your feet hip distance apart, toes turn out slightly, and then slowly make your way down towards the floor. So seat towards heels. You might need to sit up on a block here. Absolutely nothing wrong with sitting up on a block, giving the hips a little bit of support. And then hands to your heart center. Gently press those elbows into the inner thighs as you lift through the chest. Crown of the head lifts. Hold, big breath, inhale and exhale. Beautiful. And slowly release. Let's bring the hands right back behind us and slowly guide the bottom down. Sit back enough so that you can use your mat, your space. We're going to open into Navasana, boat pose, cross either the feet at the ankles or legs come together. So whatever works again. So you're using less of those hip flexors, more about the tummy. Lifting through the chest, balance and hold. Big breath, inhale. Good, exhale. Good, one more inhale. And exhale. Good, another inhale. And exhale, uncross those legs. Send the left foot forward, or right foot presses into the inner left thigh. It's squaring up those hips, sitting up nice and tall. Again, you can use the block to give that right knee a little bit of support if needed. And then lift the arms, lengthen. Exhale, slowly take your forward bend. So when we do forward bends, particularly in our Ashtanga or Vinyasa yoga practice, we're really trying to use our core and our chest to lead. So rather than just going, reaching forward, which doesn't really work. So engage all the muscles in your legs, lift through the tummy, lift through the chest, arms lift. And then it's the chest that leads you, the tummy that engages and pulls you forward. And then wherever your hands land, absolutely fine. So you might take a block, you might interlace the fingers and support here. Big breath, inhale. And exhale. And one more, inhale. And exhale, slowly release. Inhale, reach the arms up, find that length in the spine again. This time, a right hand comes back behind you, press the palm into the mat. Slowly push and roll up onto that right knee as you open the chest, open the hips, extend the left arm back. Good. So mini wild thing pose, little juicy back bend. And slowly lowering those hips back down. Square everything back up. Now, bringing this right leg in towards the chest. You're going to take your arms or your hands and cradle that right leg. So from the front, or to face the front, literally giving it a little cuddle. So if you can wrap the arms around the legs, great. If you can just hold it like this, absolutely fine. So from here, we're going to play with bringing open the hip and then bringing the leg across. So you should really feel piriformis muscle, gluteus muscles here, working, and just get a little bit of mobility motion going in this pose, in this movement. And maybe swaying forwards and backwards. And then let's pause and hold here, giving your leg a nice cuddle. This is a tricky one because I know glutes, hips quite tight, lower back even. So just enjoying this lovely release. A little bit more supported, maybe a little bit more intense than, let's say, a pigeon pose is. Yeah, lovely. If anyone wants to take this a little bit further, there's options here for arm balancing or even compass pose. So you hook that right leg over the right shoulder. You can either keep the left leg straight or you can tuck it in and you can gently open through that right leg. This is totally optional, guys, and just be very, very careful that you're not overstretching or pulling through the hamstrings. So even this action of just trying to hook the right leg over the right shoulder is enough to really drive open through that right hip, which is the whole point of what we're trying to achieve here. So open, 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 stretch out the back, stretch out this whole left side body. Beautiful, and slowly, slowly release. Extend those legs straight. Give everything a good shake. Other side. So right leg stays extended, left leg hugs in towards the center line, and then place the left foot, inner right thigh, sitting up nice and tall, reach the arms up. Exhale again, chest leads, tummy leads, engaged as you reach forward, Janu Sirsasana, forward fold. Good, one more breath here, inhale. And exhale, slowly release, reach the arms up, lengthen. Exhale, a left palm presses into the mat back behind you. As you slowly roll up onto that left knee, open through the hips, reach that right arm back. Enjoy this back bend. And try to bend through the thoracic spine rather than crunching through the lower back. Beautiful, and slowly release, lowering those hips back down onto the mat. Square everything up. And then here, let's take that left leg, cuddle it in towards your chest. Maybe wrapping the arms around. I'll just face forward again so you guys can see. It's a bit of a funny pose, quite an intense pose. You might notice that this side feels really different than the other. It certainly does for me. Oh, left side, not happy. Good. It's swaying forwards and back. And you can again play with opening. Ooh, nice cracking joints, right? Opening and bringing it across. And then again, if anyone wants to play with some arm balancing stuff or maybe the compass pose, go ahead and give that a little try again, please. Just be careful with the hamstrings. I don't want to pop anything. So right hand grabs a hold of the bottom of the left foot. That left arm comes on the inside. You bring that leg nice and high as you can. This might be enough. It's quite intense already, so maybe this is where you stay. And play again with opening through that hip. Very, very nice. And slowly release. Just turn back. And curling the toes under, engage the core as you very slowly roll yourself all the way to lay on your back. Well done, guys. It's quite intense. Lots of hippie stuff today, which is always really good. We hold so much emotional stress in our hips and our shoulders, our jaw. So really a great area to work on, and also a great area if you're a cyclist or a runner, as we tend to be really tight in our hips as well. So good one to practice to release all those tricky places. So let's take final couple of asanas before we take our relaxation. So starting with our bridge pose, feet flat on the mat. Engage the glutes, engage the tummy as you very slowly press the shoulders into the mat, peel and lift the hips nice and high. So if you have a block, you can place it at the base of the spine if that feels something that you'd like to invite into your practice, a little bit more restorative, or you can start tucking the shoulders up under both shoulders, and you can either support the hips with your hands or clasp the hands together and lift those hips nice and high. And a couple of breaths here. And again. And slowly, slowly, slowly release. Lower everything back down. Let's hug the knees up into the chest, squeeze it in. Let's take a little moment to just extend the legs straight, maybe clasping the hands behind the thighs or behind the knees. A little bit of rolling through the ankles, the toes, just a little bit of a supported inversion perhaps. Good, lovely. And slowly drop the knees in and let the body extend and open for your final rest. Good, arms on either side with your palms facing up, closing the eyes. Taking a moment to let the body unwind, relax, and go floppy. And big breath, inhale. Exhale, let go. And again, big breath in. Exhale, let it go. And one more, inhale. Exhale, let it go. And when you're ready, little movements with your fingers and your toes. And gently hugging the knees up into the chest. Give yourself a little squeeze. You can either roll to the side or very gently roll yourself up to a seated position with your legs crossed and your hands gently resting on your thighs. Let's take a big closing breath together. First, let's roll our shoulders down our back, sitting up nice and tall. Create space for that breath. And let's go inhale through the nose. Exhale. Let it go. Beautiful. Hands come to your heart center. And then thumb knuckles press to the forehead. Thank you so much, guys, for practicing with me today. I hope your hips feel wonderful after this lovely class we've just shared. Thank you so much. Namaste.